Good morning, everyone. My name is Toru Anime and this is my and we're here to talk about education loans in Australia.
What types of loans does Australia have? We have tech help for undergraduate students in Commonwealth supported places, ICSPs, fee help for students in full fee paying places, as postgraduate and private colleges. There's SA help that covers student services and amenities fee or SSAS. There's OS help for students doing after their degrees overseas, that exchange or internships. There is best student loans for vocational diplomas and advanced diplomas. There's OS help for people that are doing past their degree overseas as well. And there's also best student loans again. The next one.
There's a way that the systems on how loans are made, and these are debt generated. You can only borrow what you need for your tuition, which doesn't cover anything else apart from your schooling and your textbook. It doesn't cover your food, it doesn't cover your rent, it doesn't cover any amenities apart from that. Then it's indexion versus interest. Those loans do not have a traditional interest rate. Instead, they have an indexed annual to stay in line with the cost of living. Then there's government management. The Department of Education oversees the policy while the Australian Taxation Office tracks your balance.
Eligibility and limits. Generally, the loans are available to Australian citizens, permanent humanitarian visas holders, or eligible New Zealand citizens. In 2026, the standard lifetime borrowing limit is $129,803. For medicine, dentistry, and veterinary science, that limit is $186,544. And once you pay back part of your loan, that credit becomes available to borrow again for any future studies you want to do.
Loan disbursement. Where does the money go? The higher education loan program is unique government-backed system that removes upfront borrowing fees for Australian education. Operating on a study now pay rate model, it requires no credit checks and manages debt through tax systems rather than private banks. The process is designed for ease and equity. Funds are disbursed directly to the university after the census date, ensuring you don't have to handle the institution cash reserve. Instead of charging interest, the government indexes the loan to the lower of inflation or wage growth, keeping the debt value consistent with the economy. Most importantly, repayments are income contingent. You only begin contributing once you earn over a specific threshold, currently $67,000, with a marginal repayment system that ensures the take-home payment remains protected as your career builds.
2026 repayment resolution. 1. Yield rate. If you earn $1 over your threshold, you're paying a percentage of your entire income, that is dictated. Now, in new 2026 way, you only pay a percentage of the portion of education as above your threshold. So if you're only $1,000 above the threshold, you're only paying a percentage of that $1,000. And this gives more take-home pay in your pocket, especially graduates that are just starting their careers.
The payment threshold of 2025. When do you start paying back? Repayment only begins once you earn above $67,000 per year. Annual income below $67,000 will equal to a repayment rate of 0 because you are not above $67,000 per year. Now, if you earn from $67,000 and $1 to $125,000, you are paying 15% of that income above $67,000. If you earn $125,000 and $1 to $179,285, you will be repaying $8,700 for 70% of income above $125,000. Over $179,286, you will pay 10% of your total income.
Understand indexation. On June 1st each year, your debts are adjusted to how inflation and wage growth is of that year. The lower of 2025, Government tax indexation at the lower of the consumer price index (CPI) or wage price index (WPI). 20% reduction. Out of 2026, all health debts were given a one-off 20% cut by the government to ease the cost of living pressure on all students.
Visualizing the savings. Analysis of banking of bank yield 2016 to 2026. The total credit growth Australian bank yield leading has shown a consistent growth over the years, rising from approximately 2.5 trillion USD Australia in 2016 to approximately 4.7 trillion Australian dollars by 2026. Housing governance. The housing credit remains the largest component of Australian bank yield, reflecting the country's high rate of property ownership and significant household debt to the GDP ratio, approximately 112%. Post-pandemic acceleration. There was a notable acceleration in credit growth between 2021 and 2023, driven by record low interest rates during the COVID-19 pandemic, followed by a sharp uprising in the property value and business investment during the recovery. Forecast. Based on the January 2026 growth rate, approximately 7.7% year-end, credit has expected to continue rising though potentially at a more moderate pace as the RBA manages inflation through monetary policies.
How to manage your loans. Check via my blog. Link your ATO service to see your life balance and implementation history. Voluntary payment. Can make extra payments at any time to this bank and before indexation dates on June 1st. Employer notification. When starting a job, tick the box on your TFN declaration form stating you have a health debt. Your boss will then handle with the coding automatically. Thank you. Do you have any questions?